focus on Liverpool for a minute. It's the worst Premier League start under Jurgen Klopp. You can see there 10 points they've earned from a possible 21, and it's the worst start by quite some distance, actually, by 5 points. Their second worst was last season, 15 points, but we know, of course, how well they ended the last campaign. But so far in this one, sitting ninth in the Premier League and just 2 wins on the board. This is the Boot Room presented by Jack Daniels Bonded, and we are here in our little living room side set, as we like to call it. Robbie, Earle, Robbie Mustoe, me, Rebecca Lowe. Let's talk Liverpool then. The question is, I mean, they've dropped points, Robbie Mustoe, I'll start with you, against Fulham, against Palace, against Manchester United, against Everton, against Brighton now as well. Ninth. What's the reason?
I think it has to be a combination of things. I mean, some of the teams you read out there, you just wouldn't expect them to concede. I mean, today was a great example, Brighton conceding 3 goals. That's what's different. I think they've scored 18 goals, so the goal-scoring part, as you might expect with the amount of attacking players they've got there, is still there. But the team balance and that defensive high line that we kind of poked at a little bit last season, Rebecca, as being a vulnerability. They're so high. Now, I mean, Jurgen Klopp talks about the high pressing is not the same, midfield pressing is not the same, so opponents have opportunity to make those through balls, and I think combination of Virgil van Dijk has looked nowhere near his top ability. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold, not that he's playing a lot worse, Rebecca, but because the pressing's not there, he's been getting exposed more for not being in that right back position.
The natural question, though, is why are they not pressing? Why are they not doing that as much?
There's a slight difference up front. And again, listen, I haven't got all the answers here. Sadio Mane was a great presser. Not saying that Luis Diaz doesn't work really hard. So it's a bit mystifying, I've got to be honest. And Jurgen Klopp asked about it. He kind of got very animated in certainly a defence of Trent Alexander-Arnold, but in general, that things aren't going well. And I think they've got to take it on the chin. They've got to be a little bit more humble, I think, about, OK, let's get back to basics a little bit. And track runners, and not just play the offside trap all the time, is what they've done in the past, which has worked well. But now it's not quite grooved. They're getting caught out.
What are your thoughts, Rob?
As Mustoe will look at data and fact, I'll look at what I see with my eyes, Rebecca. And it used to be heavy metal football. Yeah. It's now pop music football. It's not got that intensity. Liverpool playing with that intensity used to run the game out of people, press the game out of people. When that goes, they're a very different team. There's individuals not playing well, and it's not easy to criticise the likes of Virgil van Dijk, because he's been magnificent since he's been at Liverpool. He's nowhere near his best. Trent Alexander-Arnold is nowhere near his best. Henderson and Thiago are not affecting the games as they were. Maybe that might be injuries as much as anything else. Mo Salah is not at his best, Rebecca. So you get those key people in the team, you lose the intensity that's made you special, that's made you different, and all of a sudden they've got a problem. Now, you ask the question why, and I'm not suggesting this is the only reason, but to play like Liverpool, you have to go deep into a place where it hurts you, where it's difficult to go week in, week out. They've been doing that for four or five seasons. I just don't know if you can go continually to that place and keep getting that same amount of effort.
It's funny you mention that, because they would have had to go to that place all of last season in every game that they possibly could play and they played in. And it is still being brought up. Mane is still being brought up that they sold him. But it is still being brought up that they maybe are still hungover in a fatigue way from last season. I don't know if you buy that.
No, I just think when you've had an off-season, a chance to recharge your batteries, those players...
But did they have much of an off-season?
They had a few weeks, didn't they, the ones that were busy? I know what you mean.
You've been there. You tell me, is that enough time, 2 or 3 weeks, to recover from what they went through?
See, I never played internationally and had that kind of schedule, so it's tough for me to really give that. All I know is that when I finished playing, I needed a few weeks off, and then I slowly built myself up again. Pre-season training, Rebecca, it's a long period of time to condition yourself ready for the start, so I'm not really having that. What is a bit of a concern and a worry is, you know, we saw it in the Champions League against Napoli, they conceded 4 goals. It's like, there's not that many people injured, by the way. Konate is a central defender that could come in to make a difference, but, like, they're all kind of there. Now, there's been injuries in parts of the team throughout the season, but I mean, it's not as though he hasn't got the options. Fabinho played today, with Henderson played today in midfield. It's just not all gelling together. Maybe a combination of that, but it's not the same team.
And it becomes now another big test for Jurgen Klopp. He's had a brilliant time at Liverpool Football Club. We went on record saying last year a number of times he's the best half-time manager in the Premier League because he makes decisions, he changes things, he can affect a game. He's got to now find ways of affecting the game, Rebecca, and getting Liverpool back on the front foot.
Isn't that with we got to stop conceding goals.
It's a start, but we've also got to do other things at the other end of the pitch, stop people coming out, be difficult to play against.
That's the same thing of, like, let's work on the high press again. Let's try and get midfield. Like, that's got to be where it's got. OK, they're conceding a lot of goals.
They won the Premier League title 2020. Then City won it for the last 2 years. He's been there since 2015, since the autumn of 2015. One Premier League title since he's been there. Are they not due another?
You've got to remember, they've been up against one of the best teams the Premier League's ever seen in Manchester City.
Are they not due to challenge for another? They challenged last season, yes. They didn't challenge the year before. Then they won the year before that.
It's the reason he's got a long-term contract. They're expected to challenge.
But I thought where you were going to go with that is his message getting a little stale?
Yeah, I thought that,
And that's a tough question. Possibly.
I love the way you just created your own question to ask yourself, but it was hard. OK, it's possibly...
Toasting and punching at the same time.
I'm saying possibly. Which is a strong thing to say, given what a great motivator and a manager that he has been.
And there's one or two legs in the team that look a bit creaky. Milner can't quite have the effect. Henderson's having less effect on the team. OK,
yes or no? Are they in the title race still?
No.
No.
Out the title race already? And
top four
in October. Wow, Liverpool have big problems. That was the Boot Room presented by Jack Daniels Bonded. The two Robbies feeling strongly today about Liverpool. Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.